What is going down, RDR2 fans? Today is a great day. On July 13th, there's a brand new update. And, well, I don't know why Rockstar likes doing this. They did this with the last update, where it said 2 behind. But this is the 1.25, but expanded to the 1.27 that people are going to be seeing on their consoles. My name is Mac with the MacGyver7 channel, and today we're going to be covering Red Dead Redemption 2 and what it has changed inside of the patch notes for PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC. Also, Stadia gets to join the party. So, if you're new to the network, hit the subscription button, accompany it with the notification bell, and get ready for no future updates that roll out through my channel past this video. So let's go ahead and slam into it, and returning community members, what's going down? Slam that like button, and let's go ahead and get into it. As we come over here, there's going to be the linked article down below, directly from Rockstar support, and what is detailing for as far as what they add. New content in Red Dead Redemption Online. For as far as the online expansion with the blood money, including new missions called the Crimes and Opportunities. To get started, visit the portion in Saint Denis. On top of the situation for as far as what the updates will come down to, including for as far as clothing items that will also be expanded inside of there, for as far as the series and daily challenges, free roam, and the mission giver menu, and more. The Quick Draw Club is a series of 4 distinct rapid fire passes in the consecutive installments as part of the blood money update. The Quick Draw Club number 1 will be giving the purchase for 25 golden bars today. That will be good until August 9th, in addition of numerous freaking rewards. Yes, everyone automatically in the membership to the Wheeler Rawson Club. On top of that, for as far as the free roam, we can see that there is a tons of stuff for characters you can visit from Anthony, James, Sean, or Joe in the free roam. For as far as crimes, today's update will also accompany those contracts. For as far as the railroad contract, you have Jeb's contract in Blue Water, on top of several new awards that come into the online for as far as exiting the awards and receiving the updates. The daily challenges has been added for as far as several of the exiting challenges. You can see that the clothing items that have been added for male and female characters online, you can see as listed down below. There is literally about 5 new additions that we can see, from caps to ponchos. You will be able to get even a hired gun available. So you can even get down to the portion for as far as newer emotes for asking for trouble and cock a snook. That is hilarious. Yeah, old Wild Wild West. Only Red Dead Redemption can get away with this stuff. But on top of the situation for as far as the new variant inside of the Cattleman and the revolver has been added in the Red Dead Online and unlocked through the Quick Draw Club number 1. On top of the patent, we can see that it's coming down to another unlock through the Quick Draw Club. The leather gun wrap and the color variants also have been added. We can see that the camp flag has been added in the Red Dead Online. Can be unlocked through, again, the same club. The club continues to unlock for as far as the photo studio backdrops. They've been added in that online portion, and the photo studio pose. You see some situations that are going to be adding a little bit faster responses. Insane cheese. For as far as the new horse inside what you can see in the mains have been added in the Red Dead Online as well. Through these situations you can get through the seasons. Several portions have been added for as far as the fences, and this includes for as far as cooking multiple meats, the fast travel in the wilderness camps, a ton of ammo capacities from the shotgun, rifle, pistol, vampire rifle. That little vermit's gonna be like able to get down to the point of just bleeding out. I like the varmint rifle. It's amazing, personally myself. On top of the repeater and the revolver and the bow, these all will be getting a nice little boost in capacity. Now, the gameplay improvements inside of that will come down to a series where players are allowed for the specific modes in the maps for as far as join a series made up from one of the other nominated by the other players in the series. You can see the online will no longer support Windows 7. Red Dead Online will still run on Windows 7, but it just won't get major updates, which eventually will probably cause a lot of issues later on down the road. They go on to elaborate to say that the same manner it does now, the newer update will be downloadable, but any new Windows 7 and specific bugs discovered will not be addressed. So yeah, they're basically saying you're not going to get any more support. But enjoy this one, because this is the last one you get. Moving on past that, you can see Red Dead for the story, as well as the online, will offer an NVIDIA DLSS to all Windows users with an NVIDIA card. Please note that this will apply for the graphic cards capable to perform DLSS. So you're going to get a little bit more of a cleaner, crisper, robust picture. They're trying to compete with what's going down with the fidelity update that AMD dropped and having 7 titles. So it's really cool to finally see a gaming companies and gaming developers for the technology really start to deliver some good performance. On top of that, for as far as the matchmaking and network specific, there's a lot of fixes that come into it, from multiple issues that resulted in players being unable to load in Red Dead Online. I hope this is a fixer, because I know for a lot of people that have followed the channel, that has been one of the most frustrating things between trying to find the right IPs and the right ISPs that line up to it. And it is a whole ecosystem of bullshit in the end, because realistically, the ISP shouldn't be blocking Rockstar, but then they shouldn't have to be reverse engineering their send to send to multiple people. It's really shitty. I mean, they don't have this problem with the Grand Theft Auto. Like, well, it's not that widespread at least. But as we go back over here to see what those issues were past that resulted inside of the players being unable to back into Red Dead Online after being disconnected inside of the creator character situations of awesomeness when you want to be creation in that station. Where as far as the fixed issues that resulted in players getting stuck on the black screen after accepting an invite, the content comes down to some fixes for as far as what we can see over here. Now, we can see that the collector's maps are not unlocked when purchasing after meeting the requirements. Players and the potent snow coil on top of the potent miracle tonic to incorrectly reduce after the players in the legendary bounty. On top of the issues that were fixed on top of the bounty wagon to be missing from the players, now the stable during those legendary portions. There's a lot of legendary fixes that fall into the players losing functionality during this, on top of the results and the players going into that mode. For as far as what we can see in the bounties in the launch is correctly after launching the bounty boards. Now we can see finally we burst into a new category, which resulted in players incorrectly receiving only $1 for returning a bounty alive. On top of that, for as far as issues that were fixed, enemy guard dogs to get stuck in the dynamite bounty mission. On top of that, for as far as the bounty mission, you can see that the tracked target to end permanently. On top of the issues that had objects not progressing correctly during the bounty missions, were the bounty infiltrators, on top of the issues that continued with the bounty targets to be invisible sometimes within these bounty hunter missions. Now, on top of the objects and the incorrect skip and the stakeout, or as far as what we can see in those mission specifics as they catalog it at the very end, we can see multiple issues that happen in the free roam not launching correctly, issues that cause players to get stuck in non-functional portions after launching. So you're just like, you were not moving, there's no functionality to that. So issues also missing UI in the free roam, and the issues for as far as that caused the ambient pollutions and the population to disappear. Like, it was something that like Captain Planet would be crying for. He's like, what's wrong with the land? There's no animals, so there's obviously pollution. But moving on past that cutscene of mop-up, what they fixed, we can see that we have some stuff for as far as the caravan to get stuck inside of free roam. It also has to be invisible sometimes, and you can see that the enemies to not move as expected with inside of that free roam when in that escort mission. For as far as what we can see when the mission pause screen to be under the map inside of free roam, they early released. And top of that, we have what is going on with the wagon to be under the map in the free roam mission. You can see that it caused another mid-mission cutscene interruption to not play correctly inside of the co-op missions. And we can see that the results inside of players for as far as the black screen during certain other co-op missions. There's a ton of fixes that span across the co-op missions, as we see the mid-mission cutscenes not playing as expected, and we can see that it caused some of the other missing portions of them in the bank just don't rob themselves. Apparently you just can't rob them, as they continue on with the bank manager getting stuck in a loop after the vault door was open. Now we move on to the portion where they have fixed the predator being downed and not dead after the hunt collected of all the masks inside of the showdown mode in Fear of the Dark. And we moving past that situation to a whole new fix, as we can see, is the player styles to be incorrect in remaining inside of the defensive inside of the shadows mode, the most wanted. For as far as shadow mode fixes come down to the portions of players incorrectly inside of the award MVP, we can also see that the loadouts were not persistent inside of there, so it would not persist in the same situation over and over again. People were just having to fix it. Kind of annoying. On top of that situation, we can see that the team to spawn incorrectly positioned inside of at start, so you'd be in hostile territory, literally. Moving on to that situation, we can see that there are some text issue fixes that present inside of there. And on top of that, the players being stuck inside of the nearby house after launching the several free roam missions. Not much of a free roam after that. You can see that we continue to scroll down as they can have a decadent update for 1.27, and free roam gets a lot more touch up, as we can see that the players to be placed under the map after accepting for free roam, on top of the free roam givers for the incorrect on the cooldown times, and free roam in the givers for as far as the missions, and despite being blipped, and that is a available option. So we can see incorrect text for as far as the present inside of the server, and on top of that were resulted in players unable to kill the posse's members during the free roam missions. Inside of that situation, that continues the ambient population to be invisible yet again somehow, and we can see that the functionality for the launch inside of these, we're going to go ahead and scroll down, and we can see that we have the issues that cause for as far as Bob's crawfish and the associated spawn in the incorrect location. So there's a lot of incorrect locations for as far as players inside of the functionality. We have situations that resulted in getting stuck inside of mid-missions after cutscenes, which seems to be a persistent issue after they happen to roll those cutscenes. And invisible players chose inside of other missions, again associated with the co-op. Now we have the unavailable portions for the Moonshiners, which would suck because that's a progression block. And as it continues on, they incorrectly cause the revenue for the men to become hostile during these missions. And you can see that the Marcel should be not moved after being freed during the Moonshiner mission. The also fixes that happen to be the black screen after launching instead of those trader missions in the cells. So you can see that also that missions to get stuck on objects would they ward off the hostile beavers during the animal site mission. Now on top of that, issues do continue on for as far as they incorrectly failed during the online intro, and you see the meant players to join progression could see the final target immediately after the race started. Fix the issue with the result inside of players spawning without horses during races. I guess it's a foot race at that point. And you can see that the issues inside of the results, the players experiencing the messy transitions after quitting and back to free roam after a race lobby. Award challenges came into play a lot, so we can see that we have the bounties and the complete on the 1 real world hour. On top of that situation, bounties and the collected to the increment correctly. On top of that, the drink own strong moonshine and to be the right increments now correctly displayed. Now, general fixes come down to the portions of all platforms inside of the game modes were unless specific otherwise, so they cleaned up a little bit of the UI inside of their API, so hopefully it's all working really well. But leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what the community has to show to see what this update has brought from PC all the way down to the consoles. As we can see that the fixed crashes on the online and the performance and stability, we have emotes for as far as what's been fixed inside of the saved outfits and various portions for what was not being able to be saved. Invisible outfits on top of the whole portion of scrolling down and color variants not being correct. Horses and vehicles, and the issues go as they're unable to call their horses. The horses with the golden collars still gallop like wearily, and on top of that, for as far as where the horses being left behind in the fast traveling. Shop issues came down to the incorrect sold on the Madame Nazar, on top of the gunsling holster, which wasn't being able to be purchased, and the portion of the price of whiskey to be incorrect at the saloon, which probably caused a shitload of saloon fights. And Lenny, just where's Lenny? On top of the situation that was going to the results of players being unable to scroll inside the hairstyles, which their barber shop wasn't making that money, and we can see that the players in losing functionality after scrolling through the stable menu. On top of the issues that players receiving the incorrect amount of cash and selling large amounts inside of there, you can see the results on stuck on menus for as far as the, well, a lot of shops pretty much as it goes down the list, and they were meant for unable to purchase the gold in shops. So very interesting things as it rounds about, and this is the very end as we get down to this very decadent patch note, is the portion of miscellaneous. So we can see results in certain coupons unable to be used on the online mode, ambient populations missing in the Red Dead online mode, which they kind of redundantly said a few times, so I guess they're driving home. Yes, we fixed it. There's animals out there. Results in sample for legendary animals inside of the carcasses being skinned inside of that, so you're going to be able to actually utilize what you've actually hunted, and now you can get your bounty. And the results in the players incorrectly being able to fast travel from the wilderness camps before unlocking the fast travel. On top of the situation, the issues that resulted inside of players losing the functionality after trying to reset the wilderness camps. The wilderness camps also result in the all prompts being missing, and sometimes we can see that it continues to have losing functionality after placing in the situation of the wilderness camp. For as far as what the issues continue for fast travel outposts, you can see some people weren't able to interact with those camps, and the players being stuck with the fast travel on the open screen of just no progression. Fast travel and the prompts to be unresponsive, which again tethers into the last one, and the maintained portion of the property being missing inside of there. For as far as the online and the text being missing, insufficient gold alerts not appearing correctly, and the top of the left options on some of them being unsellable after selling items. The issues that cause players to open treasure maps when attempting to eat a food or an ingredient inside of the satchel. I'm so glad they fixed that, because that was really annoying. I always noticed that. I was like, what the hell's going on here? And fixed an issue for as far as the unlock inside of the rank and the prompt present in the season pass in the menu, despite already unlocking that rank. So everyone, if you have come this far with inside of the update, definitely subscribe to the network. It's absolutely free, helps me out as a creator, and if you do today, who knows, maybe Rockstar will do more updates in between here and there, so we don't have to do a 20-minute video of just a large update. But I'm more than happy to supply that for the people out there that are just wondering what the hell just changed. So again, everyone, I will see you guys and gals in the near future. Stay safe, stay classy, and I will see you there. Have a nice day.